Good evening, everyone. My name is Frank Ferry. I've lived in the city of Santa Clarita since 1990. Presently, I have two sons. I have a senior son who attends Valencia High School, and I have a son, Jake, who attends my school. I'm currently the principal of Bishop Alamany High School. Prior to that, I spent 4 years at Saugus High School as an administrator, and then prior to that, I spent 10 years at Valencia High School as a student activities director. Up here, I've been very active with my sons, very active with Heart Baseball, coaching AYSO soccer, club soccer. I've been very active with youth programs in the YMCA in both our Indian Guides program, Trailblazer programs, and then very active at my church, Blessed Good Terry. For me, it was always very simple when I ran for office. And so when I look at some faces I've been with, Annette Lucas, and I see Lorene out here, they're individuals where I'm very, very consistent. I'm very passionate, and I've pretty much, where I was 12 years ago I ran, I'm the same person today. And so for me, it's always been very, very simple when I ran. It was about roads, it was about parks, it was about schools. And so for me, when I first got on the council, we had a council at that time that was very divisive, and they were actually turning away money. The first 1992, a council was going to build a Cross Valley connector for $110 million. They voted no because 100 people got in a room and said, not in my backyard. 100 people turned away the state of California's money of $110 million. March 27th, we break ground on the same road, on the same route that cost us almost $280 million. $280 million that the state of California did not fund, but we had to go out as incumbents and actually go out and put together private public partnerships with the MTA, Congressman McKeon's generosity, Supervisor Antonovich, New Holland and Farm, Lennar, Centerpoint Parkway, Keystone projects. We had to go out and piece this road together over a 10-year period, which is now going to be a significant improvement for Canyon Country residents. Because right now, when you choose to go to the west side of town, it takes you up to an hour, which I think directly affects your quality of life. Other issues on roads. Plum Canyon, Copper Hill, Decorah cut through, McBean right in front of my house, widening it to 3 lanes versus the 4 lanes. I know Annette and I were on a big contentious issue with Calgrove. Calgrove, to me, and my principles 12 years ago are the same ones I was able to look Mr. Natoli in the face and say, look, public roads are for the public. Was I willing to work with Benz and do no left turns during certain times? Was I willing to do speed bumps? Yeah, but ultimately that public road is for the public, and we have to utilize all roads as best as we can. And so consistently, I've been someone recognized as the road warrior out here in Santa Clarita, and have built those relationships to bring money to our town. Schools, it's not hard to see that I'm all about youth. I absolutely love connecting to teens. I have that ability to help them become happy, healthy adults to find their potential. And so here in the city of Santa Clarita, I founded with a bunch of youth the VIP program, which is an advisory program to the council. They're the group that came forward and made the Youth Memorial Grove, which now we have about 160 kids that, due to bad choices, had bad consequences, but through those stories of their parents, we're hoping to keep other people from being safe, not texting while driving, not drinking and driving, wearing their seatbelts. I also helped found the Blue Ribbon Task Force on Alcohol and Drugs, where we have the Every 15 Minutes program in every school, where we every year hold the Evening of Remembrance, where every year we put out almost 16,000 parent toolkits, so parents will have tools in order to help their kids be better for the youth. For me, schools, I helped lead 3 school bonds. You're as good as you treat your kids and your seniors. And so for me, I took the leadership, went out and made sure that today, when you look at a Golden Valley High School, when you look at the modernization of Saugus High School, when you look at Rio Norte being built, when you look at Hart's new science building that's coming online, when you look at Canyon Country's modernization, when you look at these new schools, and it was through your generosity as the open space, but that had to happen. Just as Lorene said, we've more than tripled the amount of parks, because kids were literally playing in the back lots on asphalt behind the Ralphs to do t-ball and to do soccer. That's completely unacceptable. And over the last 12 years, we've expanded Central Park. We've built over 22 parks. The site we're on now used to be Merle Norman Cosmetics. Then now we enjoy not only our aquatic center, we just opened up our skateboard park. We just opened a dog park, and we have 38 acres we're going to continue expanding for Canyon Country. specifically to Canyon Country, and I know it's going to be your question. I was here last time and listened. Canyon Country, there is a misperception. And I know specifically for myself, Lorene hit it. The West Valley, Valencia, was master planned by New Hall Land and Farm. If you go back and look at their master plan in 1965, almost to the T, you're going to see what you see today. And they had one master developer that put in the trails, put in the Paseo bridges, put in the parks, the little neighborhood parks, put in the HOA pools, put in the town center drive with the mall. That was all planned over a 40-year period. And unfortunately, over here on the East Valley, you had shipshod development through the county where you had over 18 different developers piece together, tear down mountains. It just was wrong what they did here. Now, over my 12 years on this council, I believe more than 80% of our discretionary money has gone because the quality of life in Canyon Country needed to be improved. So you saw us spend the money for Joanne Darcy Library when the county wouldn't step up and it's their responsibility. You saw us put a SIT team in and actually go in and put a gang prevention unit here locally. You saw us spend more than $10 million and successfully now Senator Boxer and Congressman McKeon have put out the CCAC mine legislation to shut down the largest mine. You saw us successfully fight, and over 2 months ago, the courts agreed that Los Lomas project, over 5,000 homes where the 5 and 14 connect, that's been stopped. You've seen us come in, and in the worst economic times, we still are one of the only cities in this state that have a balanced on-time budget in the black and are still able to build a 1.4 million skateboard park where kids are out there every day. Now, what does that mean if they're out there every day? That means they're not in your local shopping centers going up and down the sidewalk or almost hitting you when you're walking out of your car. By putting them at a park, we're giving them a place to go and help our local businessmen. I was one of the leaders on Golden Valley Ranch when it first was rejected, and I was adamant. I just truly felt it was not fair for Canyon Country residents to go and have to drive, like I said, 40 minutes to 60 minutes to buy underwear, you know, to go to Target, to go to Kohl's. And if you guys were around and listened back then, you knew I was the one vote when I got shot down the first time, but the last time, I believe it was a 5-0 vote. And Golden Valley Ranch not only brings almost $2 million in tax revenue now for sheriff and for roads and for our local parks and rec services. That was going to go to the county and still get built, but not at the best quality. The way the city did it is we got 900 acres of open space in perpetuity, never going to be touched. We got an elementary school that's now built. We're going to have a park that actually is right next to the elementary school, right, Lorene? Isn't the park going to be contingent, I believe, right next to school? We have a senior housing development that's going to go right there. And we have the advantage of some new shopping, some new restaurants there. Center Point Parkway, part of our job housing balance right here, Larry Rasmussen's project. He brought Dick's Sporting Goods, he brought Walmart, Sam's Club, but more importantly that, he brought a lot of job housing balance so people can stay here and not drive away. The Cross Valley Connector, there's something where we did a partnership with the Golden Valley High School. We saved them $40 million so they can build a local high school here, along with Pete Freeze, a great principal at La Mesa, build La Mesa. One of the things I'm looking to the future for Canyon Country, and I believe this wholeheartedly, most people don't know that like a Jake's Way or all the way up Copper Hill, those are in the county. So when you are driving down Sierra Highway, you turn left, you're in the city, you turn right into Jake's Way, you're not. I am adamantly for the city bringing Jake's Way in and annexing. Why? Because I know the city can do an outstanding job working with their sheriff department to go in there and clean up Jake's Way, which is one of the higher demographic areas for crime. We'd be able to do more for the citizens of Canyon Country if it fell within our jurisdictional area. Other things we've done for Canyon Country. You have to go back and look at the before-after pictures. A sign ordinance, you used to go down Soledad, and it was distressing when you just saw the signs everywhere. Lowering the signs helped. You used to have tall, if you remember, utility lines. At $1 million a mile, those were all undergrounded at the city's expense. Landscape maintenance districts were put up Soledad, up Wiley, that beautified the area. Discovery Park we just broke ground on. So we're doing everything. Now the one thing's going to say, yes, but we want a community center. Yes, we want a community center to the point where it was part of the strategic plan for Canyon Country. We were citing it, and then we hit this economy. The difference between the community center that you have in Canyon Country and the fact that we have